What is up, guys? It is Zoran Dozel here, coming at you with another duel replay. Now, this time around, I'm starting on turn 15, just because of this being a little interesting duel that me and my buddy Liam have had. He ends up winning in the end, um, officially, but yeah, essentially, this is just a little thing that we did for fun. I decided to go Red Eyes, and he has this deck where it's essentially stall you out because he's running a 60 card deck that essentially says no to everything that you do. And typically, people have 40 card decks. And so, he would have 20 cards in his deck while you have zero, or, he'd have more than that because even at 40, um, there's a lot of people who run deck thinning cards, such as Upstart Goblin, Allure of Darknesses, Reckless Greeds, trade-ins, cards of consonants, all those draw cards and any search card, a whole bunch of things like that. Anyway, so he's got Quaking, like he's got Mirror Forces, Sullen Strikes, Trap Holes, Vanities, Zing Zang Zoo, Fiendish Chains, Battle Faders, Swift Scarecrows, Speedroid Menkos, um, Mistakes, essentially everything just to say no. And another thing that he has is he has the one copy of Uriah because he has a whole bunch of continuous traps here. And it's another way of saying no. Now, the reason why he wins is because I decided not to switch this, and we decided to go all the way to 111 turns just to show the ridiculousness in how Red Eyes could actually get out of a deck similar to this. So, as you can see, I'm just letting my turn end. He uses Zinzigzu, so there goes my Solemn Strikes and any chance that I would be able to get rid of his Uriah, because I'm pretty sure I already used my second Twin Twister. Yep, I only run two Twin Twisters. I use this just to fill up my graveyard with another Red Eyes. So essentially, how the stalling tactic works against this stall deck is adding a Red Eyes back to the deck, and then adding the Blackstone Legend back to my hand. And during the end phase, because I'll have 8 cards in my hand instead of 7, I'll then have to discard 2 cards rather than just 1. So I would keep recycling these 3 that are in my deck, Meteor Dragon, Flare Metal, or just Flare, and the original Red Eyes, just to keep getting back a Blackstone to my hand. And then I would just keep drawing into them and just discarding them constantly. So it came to the point where I just had 2 cards left in my deck, and then at one point I didn't activate Blackstone's effect, and I was like, oh god, I just choked this away. But turns out I didn't need the 2, I just needed the 1, because thankfully Yu-Gi-Oh! Has the ruling where if you cannot draw from your main deck during a draw phase, then you lose, rather than just you have an empty deck, you lose, similarly to Vanguard. So the last 3 are all these. So all I have to do is keep discarding the Blackstone and one of the Red Eyes that I have in my deck, and I'm all set. Another card that he has that actually beats this is Soul Drain, which he draws into eventually, but for the sake of him not shutting me down, we decided to keep going with it. I could stall out even if he summoned the Uriah. Actually, no, never mind. He'd have well over 50 turns to attack over everything, like even with the Soul Charge. And actually, no, Regaki can destroy this, right? Yeah, I could just Regeki over his Uriah, and then I would have been fine. Assuming that I lived as soon as it came out, but because I refused to switch this thing to defense mode, his Uriah would have been able to attack over it, because when he summoned it, it was only, it had 21,000 attack points, my bad. I'm pretty sure it's at turn 60 something that I thought that I choked it away. But no, this is essentially all that the duel was. It was just me drawing and him discarding. Like, that's all that this duel, yeah, it's right here. 63 is when I thought I choked it away, but no, it's fine. So I essentially just started putting back, yeah, he just activated this so that way he would stop getting the response option. Thankfully, mistake is just from the deck to the hand rather than adding deck from their hand, period. But yeah, so it just kept recycling these two, and eventually he came to the point where he had no cards in his deck, and I still would have won. But he summoned the Uriah, and he was going to attack, but my my mother turned on the microwave, so that interfered with the signal that my computer had with the modem, which is downstairs, and it disconnected me from the duel. But I'm pretty sure he did say that he was going to attack into the Meteor Black Dragon. Um, so just to show you guys, we made it to 111 turns. I'm going to put it at 11:10 right here. Oh, my bad. There we go. So he draws his last card, and this is when he finally summons the Uriah. Uriah at 21,000 attack points. Who would have guessed it, right? But no. And then he popped the Return of Red Eyes, and yeah, so this was an interesting duel video. It was essentially stall versus stall, and the only thing that would have actually helped me is if I actually switched the Meteor Black to defense mode when he had that one card in his deck, because then he would have summoned Uriah and he wouldn't have been able to game me, considering this duel was essentially just for shits and giggles. But besides that, it was enjoyable. It was on turn 15 that I discovered, hey, I could actually win by outstalling you. But then he told me that he had the Uriah, and I was like, wait, which one's that again? And then I was like, oh yeah, it's that thing. Sacred Beast. There you go. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this interesting little replay. I know it's not what I normally do, but you know, I figured this was too good to pass up. Sadly, because I DC'd, I wasn't able to properly save it myself. But Liam, thankfully, he did save the replay, and he sent it. He sent the file to me, and luckily, I was able to run it properly on my YGOPro. So. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Leave a like or dislike, even if you didn't like it. And subscribe for future videos. Maybe one similar to this. We'll find out what happens in the future, depending on your guys' feedback. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Zoran Dozel, signing out. Peace.